What in tarnation is this? Another Palworld run, you say? Hello, my lovely viewer. Today's run is all about taking down the patriarchy and saving pals from their cages. That's right, I'm doing a caged-only pal run. Like my previous egg run, the main goal is beating the first tower. On top of that, I will be limiting myself to level, I don't know, 20? So let's see how this goes. Here I am in a new save, and I am so ready to take down the Syndicate camps and rescue all of those poor pals that have only known a life of cages. Before I can go all last action hero though, I am going to need to prepare just a little bit. So I made my first set of tools, an axe and a pickaxe. And then I ran around, got a little bit of resources, and then I picked up everything I possibly could to get more experience. Did you all know that I've spent over 350 hours in this game? You'd think by now that, I would be like a professional at this game and I would know all of the tricks. Well, that is a lie. An amazing viewer commented on a previous video of mine saying this: I changed this setting in my game, and now my life is legitimately 1,000 times better. The amount of time I have spent trying to hold the F key with my pinky and doom scroll on my phone at the same time is laughable at best. AnimeStein5357, thank you. You are a lovely person. I mean, look at this. Right now, I'm not holding down any keys. I just pressed F once, and it's just working. With all of this newfound free time, I could travel the world, or learn a new language, or get stuck in an oil painting somewhere, or I could just continue to doom scroll on my phone. Okay, I've made an initial set of gear. I made my tools, an old bow with 79 arrows, a cloth outfit, and a common shield. I'm feeling good, and I'm feeling strong, but not strong enough though. Okay, that's a little better. Not a lot better, but a little better. I feel like I'm ready to save my first friend, save my first pal, because do you know what really grinds my nipples, dear viewers? The Syndicate and the Free Pal Alliance, caging pals and putting them on display as if they're some sort of big conquest. Free Pal Alliance? Your name is Free Pal Alliance. Why are you capturing pals? I don't understand it. Syndicate, I'm gonna give you a pass on this because your name sounds like you're some underground weenie club. So, I don't know, do better, Free Pal Alliance. Anyway, like I said, I'm feeling strong and brave, and I am ready to do this. Never mind, it got dark and I was scared, so I made a little tiny hut and I threw a bed in there and drifted my wee little head to sleep. Hello again, dear viewer. It is the dawn of a new day and I am ready to rescue my first pal. I don't know what our first pal is gonna be, but I'm filled with excitement and honestly kind of a little fear. I crafted a parachute and I set out for our first encampment. When I arrived to this Syndicate encampment, I was greeted with a fight already taking place. The Syndicate members were fighting a pangolin, and I used this as a distraction. I took them out one by one. For the very last guy, you can see me throw a pal sphere at them, because I've decided that every encampment that I do, I want to try to catch one member of the camp, and then by the end of the video, I'm going to throw them onto a viewing cage, and then all of us can point and laugh at them as they're getting a taste of their own medicine. The first pal in this journey is a Swee. I named it Frank, and we instantly became friends. Everybody say hi to Frank the Swee. Things were going well. Frank was doing good, exploring his own hobbies, and trying to live a healthy life. I think I've discovered that Frank's hobbies include bullying every single pal it sees. I did have something very exciting happen though. Okay, wait a minute. I hear a Lucky, but I don't see a Lucky. Frank, come on. Oh, look at that! Okay, so, in this run, there is no Lucky Claws because my body hurt every single Lucky that I had to take out in the egg-only run. Hope you guys understand, but I think it'll add in just a little bit more of variety. Anywho, let's catch this guy. Oh, him closing his eyes while he was frozen. That was so sad. Can I catch you yet? I'm gonna try. Heck yeah! Oh, that's exciting. We got our second pal. Okay, so I'm gonna name this Sparkit Fuse, because I always name Sparkit Fuse, and I think it's fun. So yeah, this is Fuse the Sparkit, and it has Draconic Breath. Holy crap, that's amazing. Wow. Good job, Frank. You're my ride or die, dog. Getting a lucky Sparkit was amazing, and it's also awesome because I do have a lucky clause in this run. I think it's somewhat wasteful not catching the luckies, so if I find a lucky, I'm gonna use it. Why is there a Relaxosaurus here? Get away from me, dude. Look, they're always so pissed off. This is not very cash money of you, Relaxosaurus. You have no chill. Zero chill. Absolutely no chill. I had the bowl of cottage cheese known as Relaxosaurus chase me down for absolutely no reason. It was like as if I was a free all-you-can-eat buffet at your local KFC. No, I do not have mashed potatoes for you, dude. Leave me alone. At this point, I stopped by the small settlement, I bought some arrows, and I just had a feeling that I wanted violence. I craved violence. So I went out for the next Syndicate camp. Oh my gosh, is that a Sparkit? Oh my luck, okay. Well, I guess that Sparkit will just hang out in the base. Well, whenever I make a base, that is. Oh, he looks so sad! Don't worry, buddy, we're gonna get you out of here. This went off without a hitch, and I've obtained my first Syndicate member. When I find a cool spot to put down my base, I'm gonna make one, and then I'm gonna make a viewing cage as soon as I can unlock it, which is level 15. That'll be a while, but it's gonna be worth it. As you know, I'm afraid of the dark, and it got dark out again, so I made a shack and I slept in it. I want to take on other encampments, but I think I may need to level up a bit for now. I took Fuse the Sparkit out, and I got up to level 7. I spotted some smoke from a camp in the distance, and I decided to head that way. I fought a level 10 Direhow and saw the pal that was being enslaved in the camp. It was a Lift Monk. I knew that this would be a difficult battle, but I went in, completely unprepared for what was to come. All the Syndicate members were grenade throwers. Fuse was almost instantly taken out. I then spent a lot of time just shooting headshots on them with my bow. I got one of them down pretty low, and I was trying to catch them for a while. I kept shooting at them, and I threw Frank out at one point. Frank, my friend, my ride or die, did not last long. This was a bad fight, and my losses were incalculable. Okay, well, not really. I broke my bow, and 2 of my pals were knocked out. But I was desperate at the end of this fight to find any sort of good from this. So I recklessly ran into the middle of their encampment, and I freed my next partner, Lift Monk. I sat upon a rock and looked over the fields of what looked like lavender? I don't know. I wondered if the cause that I enlisted for was worth it. I knew that there was going to be casualties, I just didn't realize how many and how fast. I will not be a victim of my circumstances, and I'm going to pick myself up and my pals up, dust the dirt off ourselves, and continue forward. I think it's time to make a home base, a place for my pals and myself to rest, recover, and call home. So let's go out and look for a cool place for our base. I spent a lot of time traversing the lands for a new place to call home. I respawned over at Marsh Island to take a look around. I leveled up to 8, and at one point, I tried to make a trap for a sleeping Mammarist, and at this time, like past MegaBits, this was a great idea in his head, and there would be no issues whatsoever. None. That was a lie. First, none of the campfires that I placed worked on Mammarist. To be honest, that probably could have been my fault though, as I only placed 3. Second, Mammarist was going to end up breaking through my sad wooden walls. So I inevitably opened up a place for it to get out so it wouldn't be trapped, and then I ran like the wind, Bullseye. I went to another Syndicate camp, and I freed a fuddler. I found an area to build a base, and I started building. I chose this area because I think the big structures around it look kind of neat, and there's also a lot of wild berries that spawn in. My pals, if they have harvesting, should harvest those berries. It won't be a lot, but it won't be bad either. It should be enough that they can feed themselves, and it will be fine to leave them there. Oh, what a boring looking base. But hey, boring's good. Do you know what else is good? Not my segue into me telling you should subscribe. I'm sorry, these get worse each video, but here we are. 95.4% of you who watch aren't subscribed. And the craziest part is you may not even know it. If you don't mind, please check down below to see if you aren't. It helps me a ton when you subscribe and like the video. Finally, thank you again for your support. You are amazing, and I couldn't do this without you, dear viewer. Okay, back to the video. I went back out to fight more Syndicate bases, and I discovered something awry. Okay, wait, what? Wasn't there... Okay, I'm very confused. So we're at the first tower. Right up these stairs is a Syndicate camp. But if you notice, there's no Syndicate camp. Yeah, I know you can build a base inside of these camps, and then if you log off and log back in, that camp will be gone. But I didn't do that. So I don't really understand what just happened here. I don't know, that's a little weird. Okay, you know, now that I'm looking... Oh no, there's smoke. Well, that's from the village, isn't it? That's from the... Yeah, what? There's no Syndicate camps. What happened? Man, it has to be like a mod or something. Like, I have this mod installed, which just gives me, you know, the more pals you catch, the more information you get for wild pals. I now can have 128 bases rather than, what, 3? I wouldn't imagine either one of those would cause an issue with Syndicate camps spawning, but I guess it does. So I don't really know what's going on with the lack of Syndicate bases. I don't think it's any of the mods that I have, because none of them have any sort of interaction with Syndicate bases. I've done some extensive research on it, and I can't really find anything. I also tried playing with all of my mods uninstalled, and I had the same exact issue. So at this point, I'm just going to work on leveling up a bit, and then once nighttime hits, I'm gonna sleep and see if the bases spawn back in. Quick editor's note, later in this video I'm pretty sure I discovered what the issue was, but I wanted to give you the answer so you're aware of it. So for a future video, I needed to install a few mods. I installed a mod called No Build Restrictions. This mod is a mod, but not really a mod. It's kind of hard to explain. It's a separate program that works in tandem with Palworld. I think when I have this program enabled, it affects the spawns of the camps. Now, I don't know if that's the case, but in my testing, if I were to close the program, go to sleep in-game, the camps would then respawn back in. This is just my 2 cents, I could totally be wrong, so don't take this as law or anything like that. Also, please understand, I don't have mods installed to cheat in this game, I simply have mods installed because I just want to be able to build how I want to build in this game. I'm waiting for the building update, and it's going to be a while before it comes, so I'm doing the best I can. Anywho, we continue. Ah man, I forgot to hit the record button. It's like 8 AM, I haven't had like any sort of caffeine, so I'm really not functioning at full capacity anyway. I hit level 9, I bought some arrows from the settlement, I taught Fuse the Sparkit some new moves, and then I went to take on my first dungeon. This is a level 13 Hillside Cavern dungeon, so it's the lowest level, and it should be the easiest. I'm slightly concerned as I am only level 9, but I'm sure things will go well. And for the most part, things did go well. I made sure that me and my pals fought everything inside of the dungeon to get all of the experience we possibly could. And at one point, a Syndicate thug decided to yeet himself out of existence and phase through a wall, so that was kind of fun. The boss for this dungeon was a level 10 Dire Howl, and this was a hard fight. Fuse the Sparkit had a direct disadvantage because all three of them knew a ground type move. I think it's like Sandblast. Regardless, it did a lot of damage and Fuse was knocked out. I kept getting stuck on the boss itself because it was so big and sometimes even the terrain, and because of that, I got hit a lot more than I wanted to. I threw out my ride or die Frank the Sweet, and Frank unfortunately did not last long. Things were looking dire, so as a final gambit, I threw out my Lifmunk. And Lifmunk did an amazing job. We took down Dire Howl. Although bruised and battered, I feel proud of my team. We did amazing.
Good God. That that was yeah, that was difficult. That was pretty difficult. Whew.
After this dungeon, I realized that Lifmunk never got a name, and after this performance, she deserved it. So Lifmunk is now known as Jules. I went back to my base, I put out Fuse and Frank, and I let my Sparkit and Cattiva rescue them. As this was happening, I repaired my armor. I had my first raid happen, and it went as you'd expect. It was a massacre. I then spent the next few in-game days gathering resources and working on my base. I want to build a tower, like a circular tower. I have a mod installed for another future video. It's called No Building Restrictions. This essentially allows me to build however I want. So let's do some building. This is a platform I've made for my mining pit and logging site. I like the idea of it being higher up and I think it looks neat. I spent quite a lot of time building the tower. This is attempt number 1.
I hate it.
Okay, attempt number 2 is not going well.
How do I keep making a spiral?
Attempt number 3 went just as poorly, and I'm officially tired of this, Grandpa. So I'm going to just go out and continue with the challenge now. I fast traveled back to the first tower to see if the Syndicate camps were back, and by golly, they were.
Oh my God, they're back. Wow, we got a Flambeau. Oh, that's amazing. Hello there. Welcome to the team. Yes. Yeah. I was gonna make a joke saying something along the lines of, yes, eat the corpse of my enemies, but that just sounds so messed up, so anywho, Flambeau. That's amazing.
It was still pretty early for past megabits, and although I was probably having fun, I think I was losing it just a little bit.
Move 'em on, head 'em up, rawhide. Head 'em up, move 'em on, rawhide. Head 'em up, move 'em on, rawhide. Yeah. You're a monster, and I love it. Oh God, it's a Doomud. Oh, it's a Doomud. Take no prisoners, or actually no, let's take one prisoner. Come on, come on. No, Frank! Frank, this is, no, Frank, I gotta put you away, man. We gotta capture one of them, remember? We're gonna make a whole viewing cage for them. Ah! Frank! Get out here! Frank! Yeah, good job, Frank. Alright, Doomud. You look so sad, buddy. Welcome to the team. Oh, cool. Level 11. I'm just gonna do stamina, because I would really like to be able to run more. What did we unlock at 11? Oh, cool. That's actually not bad. And we have Lifmunk's submachine gun. Oh man, Jules, do you hear that? You're gonna be getting a submachine gun soon.
Things were going well. One would say almost too well. But honestly, when you're taking out an evil corporation that is caging pals and that's the life they live, I don't know, maybe it's okay that things are going well. Regardless, I did run into a little bit of a conundrum here. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments after you've heard me plead my case.
Okay, so hear me out. This isn't a caged pal, but the Syndicate thugs threw it out. Both of them. So, we're liberating pals from the Syndicate members, right? So this should count as pals that need liberation, no? I don't know. I'm gonna catch them, and then you guys can let me know down in the comments if you think this was fair or not. Frank, I'm gonna have to put you away because I don't trust you now. What? You have a 50% catch rate, dude. What are you doing? Cool. Alright, now we need to get to Lee's Punk. I'm here to liberate you! Let me liberate you! Frank, I gotta put you away. I don't trust you in these situations. Alright, you've been liberated! Yeah, I don't know if that kind of goes against the whole vibe of the challenge. I feel like it might, you know? But I mean, I don't know, because the whole thing is essentially liberating caged pals, and although, you know, Lee's Punk and Incineram didn't have a physical cage, maybe we just saved them from their metaphorical cages, you know? And honestly, a metaphorical cage can be just as hard and trapping as a physical cage. And I don't know, it's 10 a.m. and
okay, so at this point, the MegaBits of the past is going to continue to talk to you all about physical and metaphorical cages. And as all that's well and good, me with my editor hat on right now, I won't subjugate you to any of that. All you need to know is I was trying to weasel my way into you all thinking that it would be fair for me to get those two pals. Honestly, I don't think it wasn't fair, but I understand if you think otherwise. Like I said, let me know down below in the comments. You can also talk about it in my Discord. I'll have a link pinned down below if you'd like to join. It's a little quiet there as of now, but there are a lot of people that have the same common interests, so that's pretty neat.
Oh, we're gonna save it. We're gonna liberate the hell out of you. Just you wait. Okay, this is the Syndicate camp that destroyed us a couple days back. And I think it's time that we try to get payback here. Oh my god, those grenades do so much damage to Fuse. I'm gonna have to watch out for that. Get caught. Get liberated, nerd. Oh, wow, first attempt. Okay. First try. Yeah, I really gotta watch out for those grenades because those will decimate any of my pals. What are you looking at, dude? Where did that grenade go? Hello? They say, don't ever let them know your next move. Oh man, it feels good. What, dude? Okay, listen, we're here trying to... You killed Fuse! Frank, decimate it. Kill it, Frank. Kill it. Show it who's boss. Take revenge for Fuse. Take revenge! That's what I thought. You bastard. Well, man. This was going off without a hitch. I can't believe that just happened. Dire House suck. Fuse. Your sacrifice. Your sacrifice did not go down in vain, Fuse. Because we just liberated a Bristla that has Musclehead and Stronghold Strategist? Holy crap. Fuse, I appreciate you, buddy. I'm sorry you died, but we're gonna bring you back. And then we're gonna party.
Cool, so with me getting Bristla, I've officially unlocked farming in my base now. And again, I know I could be the one that's doing all of the farming, but I just don't have the patience for that. Again, my attention span is that of a small mollusk. I added Bristla and Doomud into the base for farming, I removed Sparkit, and I put Lee's Punk into the base. I finally took Flambell out of my party, and I added in Incineram. Things were going really well.
Oh, Fuse. You poor guy. Don't worry, though. You're getting rescued right now. I don't know if you can tell, but Lee's Punk's over here in the lab working on the most fire wrap, I guess? I don't know. What's he doing with his hand? What's that hand doing? Huh? What is that? I didn't realize how cool Lee's Punk was until I just watched it walk. Look at this thing. The absolute vibes and the swag you have, my dude. Oh, it is time to rest my wee little head. My precious little head. It's time to go night-night.
It was the next morning, and it was time to build some farming plots. I got unnaturally excited about the fact that I could have overlapping stairs.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Oh my god, this building mod, I'm telling you guys, it changes things. Look, and you know what? I don't even need to do this, but I'm just gonna add ramps everywhere. There are wooden stairs everywhere. Oh my god, look at that. Amazing. Gotta line it up perfectly or my brain will hate it. Never mind, that's not even. Nope, stop it, stop it. None of this. This is not gonna work, guys. I'm sorry. Maybe there's beauty in imperfections, and that is what makes each and every person unique, is the imperfections. There is something perfect about being imperfect. And I don't know what I'm saying right now. It's 10:12 a.m. and out of the 2 cylinders my brain has, you know, to function, I think I'm riding off like maybe half of one.
Even though the Megabits of the past was kind of low-key losing it, I feel like I've made some pretty good progress thus far. I think now I want to start looking at making Jules' PAL gear, because who doesn't love a lift monk with a submachine gun? And honestly, as I'm writing this script and even reciting this script, I'm still just absolutely tickled with that last sentence. Just these cute little pals with the whole ass submachine gun. It just never gets old. I went out to mine for some ore. I fast traveled to the Desolate Church, and then I put a PAL box down by all of the ore here. I'll probably use this later on as an ore base at some point, but for now, this is just going to be easier with transporting it. I spent a lot of time getting ore, I made some new benches and gear, and then after a bit of grinding, I made Jules' submachine gun. It is now time to commit some crime.
Oh my god. That's amazing. This is the first time I've ever used this. Oh wow. That is disgusting. I love it. Oh. Jules, you and we're gonna go to jail.
After taking part in probably multiple felonies with Jules, I went to fight Boss Chillit for the first time. This was incredibly easy, as Incineram is just a total beast. I leveled up to 12 and liberated another PAL.
Be free, little guy. Ooh. Fuddler has Musclehead. That's pretty good. Yeah, we're gonna change out our Fuddler for that new one. That's gonna be awesome.
At this point, I want to go to a higher level area in hopes of finding higher tier pals that are locked up. I'd also really like a mount. I know that you can find Arsoxes in these cages, so I think I'm going to head to Mossanta Forest or somewhere around there and check those areas out. This will probably be a bad idea considering I'm level 12, but hey, it's for the content. I did indeed get sidetracked, of course. So I fought the boss Doomud, and then I found another dungeon. It's level 13, and this one should go far easier than the last dungeon. And it did. It did indeed go far easier than the last dungeon. Okay, cool. Now I'm finally in Bamboo Groves. And I found quite a lot of pals that needed liberated.
Okay. So these guys are level 15. Okay, never mind. We're just gonna take them all out. Sweet, what happened? Oh my god.
Yeah, so like all of my script says is to show those pals I liberated and then do some commentary, IDK. So, so here's my commentary, you know? Commentary. Here are pals that I've liberated, and there's more commentary here.
Okay, let's throw in Frank. Fight for your life, Frank! Oh god, I'm the one that has to fight for my life. Run! Run, Frank! Get out of here! Run, Frank! Did I save him? Oh, Frank, you lived with like 1 health. Yes, we survived!
I went back to my base and I built a crossbow. I have some fine pals for now, but I still want to mount. Back to Bamboo Groves I go. I fought through a lot of Syndicate camps, leveled up to 15.
Oh no, Fuddler's dead. Not Fuddler. Alright, Lamball, welcome to the party. This might be it for us, but we're doing it for the pals. We're doing it to save the pals. Oh no, this is gonna be bad. Every pal deserves freedom. Even if it's a Lamball, every pal deserves freedom. Oh, I'm so gonna die. Water, water help, water help. This is it. This is it, boys. The water's not helping. The water helped. Oh my god, we survived. You know, could I go back to my base and heal up and repair my armor and get some warm food in me? Yes. But at what cost? You know? There's a pal here that has been enslaved. And that pal, it's a Swee! Frank, we're saving your brother. We're saving your brethren, Swee! Oh god, Frank is dead. Frank, what happened? Jules, get out there! Oh, he looks so sad. Look at it! Now it's happy. Welcome to the team, Swee.
And then I headed back to my base. I think it's now time for me to just focus on leveling up to 20 so I can finally take on Zoe and Grisbo.
Oh my god. The little tiny Flambell is rescuing. It just rescued the Incineram. Oh, that is so cute. Oh, I love that. Dumud, why the hell did you stop rescuing somebody? Were you just too busy? Huh? There is not a thought behind those eyes. I think Fuddler and Incineram need names now. Fuddler, from here on out, your name is Oregano. Is that how you spell oregano? Oh, this is gonna make me look really bad if I got it wrong. There we go. We got the oregano, the Fuddler. Honestly, Incineram, you're gonna be known as Jake from State Farm. We're not sponsored by State Farm, but State Farm, hit me up, you know?
Before I go to level up though, I wanted to focus on getting a lot more ore to make into ingots. This will be nice for later on for gear and other stuff and things. I mined up enough ore to have Flambell smelt it to 107 ingots. This isn't a huge amount, but it'll be enough for my purposes. Okay, listen. I know I said leveling up is important, and I was gonna go and do it, but then I thought that it just sounds horrible, having to walk my little legs, my little stubby legs, through a whole bunch of dungeons. So, I'm gonna go back to Syndicate camps in the Bamboo Thicket, because I've for sure seen them having Arsocks. I don't know if they are able to have any other riding mounts, but this is the only one that I know of for sure. I kept fighting the camps, and one camp appeared to be fruitful. This was a level 20-ish camp, so all I could do here would be run in, grab the pal, and run out. And that is exactly what I did. And now I have a serpent. I lied. Now I have 2 serpents. Anywho, I found 2 camps. I got a flamel and a flak. Oh, can we stop for a second and talking about the name flak? Who came up with that? Who made this duck-like creature and went, yep, that's a flak? I love the name. I absolutely love the name. Anywho, while I was trying to run away after getting the flak, I unfortunately got knocked out here due to flamethrowers. This was indeed a setback for the fight against the Syndicate and their tyranny, but me and my pals would come back stronger. Everybody, I would like to introduce Sally the Serpent. Sally enjoys nice swims in the ocean, hobbles on the beach, and watching the light fade from the eyes of her enemies. Isn't she great? Okay, so now it's time to come back stronger. I have Sally, which is a pal I've never used before, so this will be kind of cool. I'm gonna run a lot of dungeons in hopes of leveling up. Hey, hi, MegaBits here with the attention span of a small mollusk. Yeah, we've talked about this before. Anywho, I only ended up doing one singular dungeon, and that's what I just showed you. I got sidetracked again, you know? I wanted to do more camps. Wanted to liberate more pals. So I did that. I then tried a higher level dungeon, like a level 29 higher level dungeon, and I noped out of there very fast. I then had this happen. I hear, oh, it's a lucky floppy. Oh god, it's level 24. And of course, this is when I have Free Pal Alliance trying to fight me too. This is bad. Alright, we throw in Sinram out there. And then I guess we just kind of hang out. Alright, Jake from State Farm, you got this. You just have to... Where is the lucky at? Wow. Okay, Jake from State Farm is dead. Alright, Oregano. That's actually a bad idea. Get in there, Fuse. Throwing Oregano back out. We might have to run. I don't know if we're strong enough to get this. Dude, Sally is going crazy. Has it even stopped attacking at all? Holy crap, Sally. Okay, we have 2 Gigaspheres left, but this is kind of a bad angle. Alright, we can't stand here forever. We're going down. My gosh. Oh, we got it with the Megasphere! Oh my gosh, that was so difficult. Editor's note here. I just saw this while I was actually editing this video, but was this floppy like possessed or something? I mean, look at its eyes. Those are the eyes of a dead pal or a knocked out pal. This is pretty crazy looking at while I'm editing, but tell me your thoughts down below. Maybe I found a mutated floppy. And then I hit level 17 after a small raid happened on my base. You know, I had a thought. Rather than me preparing everything down to a T, like I do in all of my other videos, why don't I just wing it and try to fight the boss at level 17? I have Fuse that has all ground moves, and I have some other okay pals. I have that Fuddler. So with this new thought eating away at my mind, I decided to take a journey across the sea to Fisherman's Point. Fisherman's Point is special for one reason. I can buy a gun here. It's a makeshift gun, but it's a gun nonetheless. I won't be able to make a handgun, a makeshift handgun, until level 25, and that's just not going to happen this video. So I'm going to buy one, and then honestly, I think we're going to go fight Zoe and Grisbolt. Nobody's here. What is going on? I just wanted to buy a makeshift handgun. Yeah, I don't know. This is a weird bug. I've never had this happen before. The only thing I can think of is the building mod I have. It turns off collision
for you know, your builds that you do, so you can make buildings, you know, overlap. And I'm wondering if that mod potentially, you know, somehow turns off collisions for, I mean, these NPCs. But I feel like that would have been more of a problem. And why wouldn't it have happened at the other village? Yeah, I don't know what happened here. This is interesting. I'm thinking, I don't know. I'm just gonna try to sleep once night hits, and then see if that resets everybody here. That's really the only thing I can think of that happened here. So yeah, I'll catch you in a minute. Okay, cool. So yeah, I don't know. Sleeping fixed this issue. Yeah, you know, earlier in the video, I had this same issue, but with Syndicate camps just not spawning in. So the only thing I can think of is, you know, maybe that no build restriction mod messes with NPCs and, you know, certain buildings. But it seems like turning it off and then sleeping resets it all. So you know, it's not preferable, but here we are, and we have a gun now. I still need to buy more ammo, which means we're for sure gonna have to take out some black marketeers. We're gonna have to go to black marketeers and trust again.
And black marketeers and trust, I went. I ended up knocking out about 4 or 5 of them. I won't show you all the videos because you know how this plays out. I gathered all of my gold, and I bought all of the quartz ammo I could. I had 453 bullets. Then I went back to my base to use the Statue of Power to enhance my pals a little bit. I then decided to craft a mega shield. I had another raid happen on my base, and I felt like this was a final goodbye to this run. I know it sounds a little melancholy, but it was kind of nice just fending a raid off with these pals that I've saved from the clutches of tyranny. I fed my pals and teleported to Zoe's tower. I spoke with Frank, my ride or die, and I made sure to hype him up for this fight. This was everything we were working towards. We both leveled up together since the very beginning, and we were inseparable. I stepped into the tower, and I began my final fight with Zoe.
Oh boy. Alright, Fuse, get in there. Okay, that didn't do too much damage. Oh god, I did not change Fuse's moveset. Oh, rookie mistake. I'm so sorry, Fuse. Alright, it's fine, it's fine. Alright, I love Fuse to death, but I can't let Fuse get all the glory. Because Fuse was never a caged pal. But Oregano was a caged pal. And Oregano, low-key, is kind of a beast. Has muscle head. Oh my god, and it just froze Grizzbolt. Oh. Alright. And then Frank. Frank, the first pal I saved. Finish it off, Frank. Finish it off. Yes. Oh my god, Frank. You beautiful, beautiful man. Come here. No! I didn't get my time. Come here, Frank. Although you are hurting. You know what? Wait. There we go. Come here, Frank. We did it, buddy. You and I. My ride or die. We took down the Syndicate, and by that I mean we really pissed them off. And look at us now.
Look at you. Look at us. Who would have thought? Me and you?
Not me. I wouldn't have thought. Wow.
What a guy. So that fight went far better than I was expecting. I always plan for the worst, and I hope for the best, with not just these challenge runs, but really everything in life. I'm indeed an overthinker, and sometimes I for sure spiral. But hey, I'm getting better at it. Life is a journey, just filled with small steps. I'm just gonna keep my path and keep taking those small steps. But wait, you may ask yourself, what about the viewing cage? Well, dear viewer, I didn't forget. Feast your eyes on the MegaBits Bar and Grill, where you can have spirits that'll wet your whistle, and a show to watch as you drink them. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and if you stayed until the very end, thank you so much for watching. But yeah, okay, well, bye!